Good day, everyone. Today we'll be looking at our four different indicator for our trading. This indicator is not only meant for boom and crash. You can equally use them on other markets, volatility, currency pair, and so many other markets. I'll be touching each and every one of them one after the other, explaining how to set them up and how to use them for your trading. Under my indicator, as you can see, I have three different indicators here. Three different indicator. I will delete each and every one of them one after the other. Gone, gone, and gone. Now I released the template. If you're in the VIP group, I released the template. Just right click, move over to template, go to crash 1000, and this will happen. I'll shoot my bar. So this is the template we are going to use for this. Why I gave out a template, because already I've configured them to my own test. You can equally change it to your own satisfaction. Here is our sniper zone. This is our boom and crash arrow. And lastly, this is our PD cell. Now most of these indicator, some of you do have them, some don't. If you are willing to trade with them, chat me up or try and get yours from the market. But the honest truth is that the version I give out personally is different from what you can get in the market. Yes. And for those that bought it from the market, once you get in touch with this video, please try as much as you can to contact me and get your main version. After the update, I wasn't able to upload to the market due to some restriction, and it's a bogus programming. Now, when you look at my chart, you will find out that we have the zone who comprises three layers, and we have the boom and crash spike arrow, we have the PD arrow. Now let's start from the zone. Please, I want to just make this video a brief one. The zone, the market zone. Now I'm using 30 minutes time frame for my analysis. 30 minutes time frame. I always prefer 30 minutes or 15 minutes for my analysis when it comes to the zone, because it will help me for my entry detection. Now we look at every other thing there. We have paint the zone, customize the charts. We have draw zone 1, draw zone 2, draw zone 2. We can change the color of each of the zones. Now paint the zone. Yes, if I want, I can choose no. Customize the chart. Yes, it's already customized. And I have a draw zone 1. I can choose no. Just look at the chart and you see the difference. I'll click OK. Now the zones are no longer paint, and the zone 1 is no longer in existence. We only have zone 2 and zone 3 drawn here. Some of you conclude that this repaint, none of these indicators repaint. It gives you the actual signal at that moment. More especially for the zone, what does it do? It will calculate the possible entry and the exit for you. Then once market moves away from that, it is now a history. It have to go and calculate the future one now. So that is what it does. It cannot be fixed there. Maybe let you see your history or whatever, like the arrow. When you look at here, look at the difference. The zone calculate the possible entry at this particular zones, unlike the arrow that will give you entry different places and both the previous bars. Here, the arrow comprise about 50,000 previous bar view, but this zone is just a matter of calculation. Now, when you watch the markets, let me put back the color because some of you will prefer that. Paint zone, yes. Okay. Now that of the zone, I've set it. It's now left for me to decide how to make use of it. Yes. Then let me come to boom and crash spike arrow. I have customized charts. I will say first because already I've customized my chart with the zone. That's why it's only the market sniper zone title that you can see there. Any other new customization will supersede the already existing one. Then when you look at here, I have notification. I will say yes for me to get alerts on my mobile phone, my mobile terminal. I have email. If you want, you can add up your email. Then we have signal settings, which comprises of four different settings. In this, we have buy signal 1, buy signal 2, sell signal 1, sell signal 2. Then we now have the buy logics where we can enable yes or no. Now, how do we calculate these signals? Please pay attention for some of you that was able to get this and couldn't make use of it. The first signals always use the first logic entry. What do I mean by that? It will always use this first one only. That's the first signal. And the second one is combination of the first and the second logic for you to get a perfect entry. Yes. How do we calculate our perfect entry? Once the arrow has been added to the chart, when you have a look at this place, our arrow is already added to this chart. What do? We drag it continually to see if the signal entry we got, maybe for the day or for the week, is perfect. Let me divide this. Show period separation. Yeah. This is today. This was yesterday. And you can see my entries yesterday was perfect. The entries yesterday was perfect. It covered up all the predictions of yesterday. Then 2 days ago, yes, I had a few entry and it was perfect. So you have to look at the history to know whether your settings are perfect before you start to execute the market using any of the indicator. Then I have to come here, come back to indicator, move and crash spike arrow. Now just have a look at this. I'm dealing with crash and I'm only interested in the spikes. Yes. Then here we have buy signal by 1 is false, buy signal 2 is false, sell signal 1 false, sell signal 2 true. Then under my static signals, they are all false. Now you can combine each and every one of them. So far, you can sit down and set the logic. They will give you a perfect entry. But I have to choose just one. For example, here my sell signal 2 is true. I can change the color from white to anything. Let me change it to yellow. Okay. So you see the colors have changed. Then let me go back there. Look at what will happen. This is 40. Let's start by this is 40 and I'll click OK. You see the positions of that will remain and some will disappear due to I use 40 40 making them 80 and it divides anyway. You find out that it's not the same signal like the previous signal. When you look at the signal, they are not the same. Earlier we had signal here, but now it has shifted to the beginning of the market. So it's not the same signal that we got earlier. Then let's go back. Let's go back. Then the second one, let me use something like 10 here. Remember, every second logic is combination of the first logic and the second one. Then I've used something like 10. You see, the logic is inappropriate at the moment with this particular market. So some other markets will work for that. Then let's go back here. Now let's see what will happen. This will be 10. The same thing. So you'll be getting a bug message under your journal. This must be higher than this. Then I will use 40. I can use 20. Let's see. So the same thing is happening for crash. Let me use 30. So look at, I use 30. Then you will find out that the yesterday and today there was no history. Then when you go to the extreme, you find out that some actual particular movement of the market that logic worked for. Not in every market like the other ones. There are few type of market movement that it works for. Now, most of you who are interested of is saying that only the programmer will understand this. Yes, quite alright. These are not your usual indicator like RSI, moving average. You know, it doesn't contain any of all those things. This indicator deals with market structure, our lower low, highest high, high low, open and close of the candle. Sometimes last year I dropped the logic before I started the production of this in my group where I stated if you go to the opening stage of this group, you will see that same logic. I stated if open 1 minute is equals to close 5 minutes, it will be buy, or it close 1 minute is equals to close 5 minutes, it will be sell. So it's a deep logic. Yes, it doesn't comprise anything for filtering, moving average or those things. So this took a lot of time and it has been working for me. It works in every market. So here, let me use 40 and use 20 and know that we read the current bar instead of the previous bar. Now this particular one reads the current bar, no longer the previous bar only. So you will find out that it will be reading both the previous and the current. So that's it. And note, before using this, make sure you have analyzed this. Make sure within the 3 different days, it gave a perfect signal. Like yesterday, I never lost. I never lose any trade. When you look at it yesterday, there was no loss throughout yesterday. Every signal was covered up. Every signal was covered up. Then 2 days ago, the same thing happened. Every signal was covered up. That means today, every signal will be covered up equally. Then when the signal changes, change your logic. Yes, boom and crash is manipulative in nature. Once they change, set up your logic. You must catch up with this one. Now, let's go back here. For instance, I want to use signal 1. I will have to off my signal 2. Is an advanced stage, so when I on the 2, we have to do a lot of calculation here, addition and multiplication. So for future and more explanation, I'm going to establish a PDF on this where you can easily understand it. For most of you from different country that doesn't speak English, that will find it difficult to understand, with the PDF you can interpret or change. I may decide to use different language in writing up the documentation. So I will click OK. Look at what happened here. The previous signal disappeared and the arrow signal occurred. So when you have a look at this, then what is left for me is to be setting it if I'm not satisfied with this particular signal. Yes, if I'm not satisfied with the arrow signal, I have to set it. So, but for the sake of this tutorial, we are not going to use the first signal. We'll be using the second one. Yes, we'll be using the second one. We are not going to use the fix. So that's it. Then the next one is PD cell. Please, for the PD cell to work accurately, you need internet access. Make sure that your MT5 is connected to your internet. When you open the PD cell, it has different settings, just like the previous one. And the new version of PD cell comprises a time frame. That is the major reason why there must be internet access. Without internet access, it will not synchronize with the time frames. So here, for instance, let me use 15 minutes. You see, you can be adjusting that, and the more you adjust, the more this will be adjusting. Unlike the other indicator that once you set it will turn everything around, but this one you can adjust the value, the position, and it will maintain that same position. Let me take for instance, I'm using a 60 here. I'll click OK. Did you see what happened? It left, the signal was here, but it only occurred 1 2. Let's check how many signal we caught up yesterday. We caught up only 2 perfect signals. Yes, day before yesterday it was 2 also. Yeah, this doesn't cover up, but this gave us a perfect signal. And likewise other days, so this signal will give us highest maximum of 3 or 4 signals per day. So we have to be changing it to get another signal. I will use a, let me take 20. So you see it is with lots of calculation. Look at this I think 20 is perfect today. Look at 20 said I should sell here. Already I have a existing market there. Let me sell and check out. And let me put in my stop loss here. I would like to lose such amount of money. So I'll be losing $1. So you see it as if already disappeared. Due to that time frame, the first version is static, but this one, due to the time frame and other programming aspect of it, try to catch up the signal earlier. It will just appear and it can spike immediately. Then when you look at the previous bars, I think I love this signal. Yes, I lose here, but if I maintain my stop loss of the current high, the current previous bar high, I won't lose much. That is it. That is it. So here If I maintain my stop loss here, I won't be losing much. If I allowed it, it could have pushed down again. So that is it for with this three indicator. Now, what are the usage? How can I use this to make perfect entry? First, if you are using the zone, remember we have three zones. Let me add back the third one. Now, these are the three zones. If you are using the three zones, you have 95% probability of market reversal at these three zones. Remember, we are not dealing with the current time frame, we are dealing with higher time frame. This will allow you and enable you analyze your market using higher time frame under any current chart. Yes. Then once this market moves and touch this, I've prepared for my sell. I will enter my sell. Once I entered my sell here at this zone, my stop loss will be above the next zone. Or if I didn't enter the market here and took the market here at this zone, then my stop loss will be above the next zone. That's the first logic there. Or if you are using oscillators, maybe RSI, MACD, Stochastic, CCI, and so many rest of them for your entry, once is at any of this zone and your oscillator shows or indicates over bots, enter your sell signal. Now, in combination with this, this market is below here, is below this particular zone. Then I'll enter my sell once this appears. Once I get the signal, I'll enter my sell and I'll maintain my stop loss above here. Yes, or at the beginning of the third zone. Then my take profits, for instance, this is the market I put. My take profits will be here. Yes, so I'll be gaining $2, but this is spike, it will give me more than that. So this is what it is. Once it appears here with the zone, and this is below this zone, not at any of this level. Avoid any of this level at the moment. You'll be working in between the two zone or at any of the three upper zone for sell. Yes, for sell. Here is meant for buy. Remember, anything I'm saying here is applicable to every other market. Here is for buy. Here is for buy. I can use this angle to scalp for crash 1000 or use it with my trend analyzers and go for buy. So now it says sell. When we zoom this in, let's see. Mm, let's zoom as more. Look at just a candle difference. It says sell and it sold. Yes, these ones we have to ignore them. All we are after is one signal that can give us a perfect entry. That's our major goal. One signal that can give us a perfect entry. We don't want numerous signal with numerous loss. At least in a day, if you're able to catch up three signals with perfect entry, that will give us any amount we want, is the best thing for us. Yeah, so many people have written to me I should convert this into a robot. They don't know what I'm waiting for. This and that. Yes, I have intention already. I have the skeleton of that, but I intend using it for my own private trading. But I may change my mind any moment. Once I'm done with the current work I have, officially that may end everything about a derive. I'll be moving back fully into my currency pay because that is my area of specialization. I will be developing more tools for currency pay because I believe and I know I've gotten a strong tool for derive, and I'll be using that. In no distant time, you may not be seeing the current robots in the market. Yes, no distant time, you may not be seeing it in the market. For instance, it's entered a trade here. It's entered a trade here. It can be selling. This is the break even from the robots. Yes. So it's entered this current one here. It's sold. I don't know. It did not break even yet. It's not yet the value. I entered this one manually. So the robots has been working for me very good and perfectly. You may say it doesn't work, but please, once you are using demo, don't come to my DM disturbing me for set files or whatever. Yes, if you are using real accounts or you want to use real accounts, I can give you my own setup. So these are the list. These are the list of the robots. I can give you my own setup. Now the PDs, the same thing is applicable for your entry. Use it in the zone once it appears, and that's it. Please, if you have any question, endeavor to ask me. If you have any area of confusion, try and lay your complaint, chat me up, and I will assist you. Thank you all and remain blessed.